Hi everyone, and welcome back to Saving Christmas, our video game series about how we created a Saving Christmas game. In this episode we're going to go over how to add the hearts into the game so the player can pick up the hearts to restore their health. Now to get started, I have already gone ahead and imported in the heart mesh, and that's come along with its Lambert 1 material. So what we're going to do here is just going to edit the material to get the way we want it. So the first thing we're going to set up is its colour. Now, to make it so we can actually see what it's going to look like in game, we're going to click on our mesh, and with it selected, we're going to go into our material and hit the teapot button, and that'll allow you to see the mesh in its preview form. We're then going to go and take our parameter here into heart colour. We can leave it as a parameter, it doesn't really matter too much, and we'll make this a pinky red, like so. And click OK. Now it's looking a bit plasticky, so I think I want to make it a bit more glass-like. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my Lambert here, and we're going to increase the specular to a 1, and then we're going to tell metallic to be off at 0 and roughness to be 0. Let's see how that looks. Okay, not too bad. Next I'm going to go into my Lambert 1 overall material and change its blend mode to translucent. Maybe, we'll see. Don't know how this will look. Let's see how this will look. If I go into my opacity here, and we're going to give the opacity of it to 0.5. Let's see how that looks. Not too sure whether to go for the shiny material or the see-through material. Let's have a look. Let's see. Find a number that works alright. Oh, wrong way. 0.9. It's not too bad, but I think I prefer the shininess. Although actually, that's not too bad. Let's try with a bit of refraction and see how that looks. So I might as well just plug that 0.9 into refraction as well and see what happens there. It might be 0.9 is too small for that. Let's drag in a higher value. Let's go for 50. I can't remember if refraction is a normalized value or not. It may not be. No, it's not. So you can see how the refraction's working there. And that's how you get a more glass-like material with a see-throughness. It's not too bad. We'll keep it like that, I think. I think that's quite a nice item to have there. So we don't need these two. They're not doing anything, so might as well get rid of them. Okay, right. So next we're going to do is we'll make it hover, and using this world position offset. So I'm going to go in, add a time value input, and we're also going to need a sine wave. Now sine wave is simply like goes up and down between 1 and -1, and a smooth sort of line consistently, and it's measured by a time. Okay, so we can plug time directly into this, but that'll make it go really, really fast. It's going to go, in other words, in 1 second, it's going to go from 0 to 1, down to -1, back to 0 in 1 second. So we need to make that a lot slower. So time-wise here, I'm going to multiply this by a very low number. So I'm going to go 0.1, for example. That means it goes it takes 10 seconds for it to go all the way up and all the way down. Okay, so I get my sine wave. Next is the amount it will go by. At the moment, this is going just between 1 and -1. So moving just 1 unit up and down is not going to do much. So let's multiply this output by the amount of pixels we want it to actually, or amount of units rather, we want it to actually rise up and down. So if I say here to be 40, it'll go between -40 and 40. And I'll plug that into my world position offset to see this in action. We may need to tweak the material, this multiplier here, to see if it's something we like or not. Oh yeah, I forgot to do something else as well. So at the moment, 40 looks like it's a bit too much, but notice also that multiplier here is doing it in all the axes, X, Y, and Z. So what I'm going to do in there is multiply this again by a vector. And this vector is going to be just 1 in the Z, which is blue. That makes it go only up and down in the Z axis. Like so. Now to offset it so it doesn't go down below the ground, we're going to add a value to it. And we're going to add 35. Now it won't go into the ground as much as it is currently doing. But notice it's also offset it to X and Y. That's because I forgot to put it at the start of here. So I'm just going to disconnect this. Chuck that along there. Add that to there. I'm going to change this value here to 45. And click apply. Let's see how high this goes. It probably is too high. Yeah, probably too high. Let's change the multiplier down to, say, 20. And hit apply. Okay, so that would do for the heart material. Next we actually work on the heart object to actually do something. So let's first of all go into my, rename this material here to heart underscore mat. And we're going to make this heart have a actor. So I'm going to right click, new blueprint class, and choose actor. And here we're going to call this heart pick up. And we're going to add a static mesh to this once it's loaded up. Don't bear with me. A few things there. Right, so we're going to add component static mesh. And with it selected, we're going to choose the heart mesh. And there it is. Okay. Don't worry about the see-throughness. It's just because of the refraction it's breaking in this viewport here. It'll look fine in the game. So that's it, float over down. But what if I want to give it a little bit of a spin too? So I'm going to add a rotating movement to it. And on rotating movement, I'm going to change the rotation rate in the Z to something a lot slower. So let's go 20. And let's see how that looks through the simulation button. That's looking quite nice. Okay, so I'm going to click compile and then finally add a sphere collision. And I'm just going to raise it up somewhat, like so. Okay. And that sphere collision is what's going to be used to collide with it. So go into your event graph. Let's clear what's currently there. With the sphere selected, right click and do begin overlap. And you'll choose on component begin overlap. We're going to check if the other actor is center by using a cast to center. With that cast, if it's true and it is successful casting it, we now got a reference to that center, meaning that we can now affect its health. So on center here, we're going to get health and then add 1 to it. and then we can go and clamp it. In fact, actually, let's make it so we can't pick it up if health is already at maximum. So if health, we're going to check whether or not it is less than, and we want 3, which is the maximum health you can have. Put that into a branch. So if you have health that's less than 3, we're going to take that health and increment it. Okay. And after that increment, we're going to tell it to destroy this actor. And hit compile. So let's test this out. Let's drag this into the world. Let's put one up here. Over there. Okay. And hit play. So here I am in the game. I get hurt. I can pick up the health. Okay, so health is being affected, but notice the UI did not change. So to fix that, we need to make sure we tell it to update that UI. So the easiest way of doing that is if we go to this Santa actor, and in here, and we will see this update hearts segment here on the any damage. You want to copy that and put it onto our heart actor. So at the end, before the destroy actor, we have to do it last. At the end here, we're going to do get game mode, cast to game mode, or yada yada yada. Health, we have to get remove and replace with this new value. And then we do it to destroy actor. Compile that. And I'm just going to make the heart a bit bigger. It seemed a bit small. So I'm going to go in there and change that to be twice as big. Like that. And click compile. So now, if I walk over it with full health, it won't disappear or do anything. Tell collision turn off. But if I take damage and then walk into it, my health goes back up. Let's make it so I can actually walk through the thing. So I have to edit, click on the mesh, and we'll change that to no collision. Hit play. So I now can walk through it with no effect. Take damage. Knock him out, and then I pick up the heart, and away it goes. Okay, and my health goes back up. Okay, now we're going to add the sound effect for the heart pickup. So I've imported in my heart pickup sound effects from the asset folder, and we're just going to edit the heart to play that sound effect. So before we destroy the heart, we're going to go in here and do play sound at location. The sound is going to be the heart pickup, and the location is going to be get actor location. And click compile. Now let's test this out. Okay, so there we had the sound play for when we pick up the heart. Excellent. So that's the pickup for the heart working. So I'm just going to place these around my level. I'll find the thing here. Let's move that to the correct folder. Okay, so I'm just going to add these to the world. So we've got one there, but let's place that actually over here. It'd be better if I just drag it back in, like so. So that one can go there. Over here, we can drag another one up there. And I'm going to put them out quite evenly throughout the level, so then the player can hopefully help themselves and heal themselves up. I'll place it in the path of the player there. And over here we can do another one there. And I can put another one over here. And another one at the back here. Because the player's mostly going to take some damage in this area because it's the battle area. And I think that'll do it. That's not too bad, that's quite generous. And then we're going to level 2 and also the boss level and add more hearts to it there. So thanks very much for watching. In the next episode we will start the main menu and start hooking it up to our game. Thanks very much for watching. If you want to watch that next part right now, head over to patreon.com/RyanLaley. Big thank you to all my supporters so far. It's been amazing support for all of you, subscribers and patrons, so thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed, please click the subscribe button, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.